Andy Stokes, congratulations on being inducted into the Oregon Music Hall of Fame as an artist in the artist category.
I have no words.
I was going to say, how does it feel?
It's amazing, amazing. When I got the call from Terry, I thought he was calling me about CDs because he said, I have good news for you. And I thought, I sold out my CDs there. I'm going to get ready to go put some more in there. He goes, you've been inducted. Man, I dropped to my knees. My wife said, what's wrong? I said, I just got inducted as an artist to the Oregon Music Hall of Fame. And I just sat there and I looked up, because my dad, had passed in 2015 and I just immediately started thinking about him. And it's like, wow, hey, Dad, I did it, So it was amazing.
Well, you've been called I love all these different descriptions of you. The Pied Piper of Funk, the Northwest King of Soul Music. That's lots to live up to, man.
Yes. Yeah. Well, when I came to Oregon on a football scholarship out to Mount Hood College. And music, was my dad and I singing in the living room with the hi-fi and the 45s. And I used to get the broomstick and pretend I was James Brown, and all that. But never in my life did I think that I would be doing music and being a lead singer or in a band. I fantasized about it, but never thought it would happen.
Well, you're the lead vocalist with the legendary funk band Cooler, Oregonian, I love this, called Cooler, Portland's pillar of funk respectability, being as it was that the band infiltrated the downtown scene and introduced R&B to so many who really didn't know it. That's a quote from the Oregonian.
Yes.
And
yes.
At that time, what was that, the 70s?
No, it was actually, they came to me, 83 is when I joined the
80s.
band.
Again, the 80s were a hot
time. The 80s were a hot time in Portland. Matter of fact, everybody, downtown Portland, the music scene was so vibrant because we had so many good bands and so many good musicians. You can go downtown and park your car in Old Town and walk up to where the Candlelight is, and you listen to a great band all the way up. It was a beautiful thing back then, and not a lot of R&B bands play downtown. They weren't booking them downtown.
Where were they playing?
Over in Northeast Portland. Mostly, Black African American bands, Alberta, Mississippi. Over there, Killingsworth. That's where they were. They weren't being asked to come downtown, and I think Coolar, Tony DiMiccola, was the one, Key Largo, brought him in there.
Now we hear it, Cool-R.
Cool-R. C-O-O-L apostrophe R.
I always call, it's good to be educated, and I always called it Cooler because Cool-R was so cooler.
Right.
Well, now I've learned something new. That's fantastic. So the vibe of that time, the hot 80s scene in almost every genre, but it allowed R&B to infiltrate into places that it had not infiltrated.
Yes, it was a high time. It was a great time, to be able to get into different venues and show people that, hey, there's another kind of music that you might like besides the blues and the jazz blues and jazz were huge. Period in Portland, and
so many jazz places. Exactly.
Yeah. It was jazz. I think jazz first, and then the blues came after that, and then that jumped off really good, and then but none of the African American bands was coming downtown. They weren't hiring them for some reason.
So what do you think it was? What was the secret sauce of Coolar that you guys were able to make your way into a place that usually wasn't even thinking about that kind of style of music?
Making people dance. Because if we got you doing this and this, we got you. And so thank you, Tony DiMiccola, for giving Coolar a chance by booking them in Key Largo. And once we started playing, it caught on pretty quickly.
Well, even listening to your voice, you have a wonderful. I can see the seduction of it for people listening to the music and being a lead vocalist with Coolar and so many other things. I wanted to just give out a quick shout out to Will Vinton, who we just lost recently.
My guy.
You sang and voiced parts on the California Raisins claymation video.
Yes, I did.
An ad campaign. I mean,
Yes,
there were many people that
huge.
could be part of that, but
Huge.
Will was so wonderful for this town, and I'm so glad that you were a major part of that.
Yeah, that was a big highlight of my career when I got that call. We had, Cool R just got signed with A&M Records and in '89. And once again, I get the call at home. It's like, what? And yeah.
That's one of those things that really solidifies your being part of our Portland heritage.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah, that was a major for me.
Yeah.
To sit at home with, I called my family and they were playing the commercial, and I went up and sat. I didn't tell my mom and dad. I just went home and turned the TV on, and we were sitting watching something, and all of a sudden it came on, and my dad went like this. My dad went, "Is that you, boy?" I go, "Yes, sir." He just sat like, That's what he did. And Mom started screaming, "Oh, look at that! Oh my God!" And she just started.
Can you hum me a bar?
I know you want to leave me, but I refuse to let you go. Heard it through the grapevine. How much longer would you be mine? Oh, heard it through the grapevine. And I'm just about to lose my mind. Honey, honey, hey.
Thank you. So beautiful. And I want you to, I don't want to let you go without talking about your latest album that came out earlier this spring, Now.
Yes.
What's inspiring you now?
You go through a lot of years and you're trying to navigate through this music world, and you're trying to come up with music. You write with other people, and you write, you collaborate, whatever. And my wife said, "Why don't you just do you?" And I, when I met her, some soulmate, it's my life. The song "Best Day Ever," that's now in the top 10 on Billboard, is about her. And I always like to write music and make people dance. It wasn't so much about looking for a record deal or whatever, but when I got in the clubs, I just wanted to dance. And so being in Cool R, I know what grooves to play, and I used to just watch people. I used to make up stuff on stage. All the songs that my band played were made up songs. We turned into songs. I said, here this groove. Let's do this groove. Let's do the bass line. Here's the bass line. And people start going. Then I start seeing people. They start coming to the floor. I said, there it is. Like this. So I said, just groove it. And that's how I learned how to do it. But the bottom line to all what I just said was, this whole time, I should have just been writing my own stuff. But I came into the game not knowing anything about music. I don't know how to read music. I don't play an instrument. All I got is what God gave me, my parents gave me, is his throat and his voice. That's all I had. And I just learned from Cool R's and Nate Phillips, Bruce Carter, the group, the people in Lights Out, John Mazzacco, and I learned from them. So me getting here, definitely didn't get back here by myself.
Well, you continue to be you, Andy Stokes.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.